Hello, Satnam. We're going to talk about the pituitary gland, the master gland. We always talk about pituitary gland as the third eye. Very often you're asked to close your eyes, focus your attention on the third eye. So what does that mean? When you close your eyes, you kind of cross your eyes and you're trying to look right here. That's where inside is the pituitary gland. Today we're going to do an exercise which we're going to be opening the eyes just a little bit, 1/10 of the eyes open, and then you cross your eyes and look at the tip of the nose, and that will stimulate the pituitary gland even more. Then we create serotonin, we feel joy, it's antidepressive gland, it creates these hormones. So what does the pituitary gland does? It's creating this hormonal balance around our body. How? It connects all the glands because it's a conductor, right? It's the main master gland. It activates and stimulates all the other glands, and each chakra has its own gland. That's why we are daily working on each chakra to be activated and stimulated. It creates these glands and create hormones that then the pituitary glands put it all together in one, that oneness, that we create this oneness. That's what it is. We are feeling connected. So mind, body, spirit, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, we are all feeling one. We are feeling amazing. And to me, that is creating this kind of continuous line of connections. Because very often we have disconnection in between. But if the disconnection becomes smaller than the connection, so more time we are connected rather than disconnected, then you're feeling this amazing, life is enjoyable and easy and light and you have fun. To me, that's what enlightenment is. When we are constantly connected, when you're connected with yourself, all the bodies in yourself, body, mind, spirit, all the glands are working properly, and then you have this huge opening through the crown chakra and the pituitary gland, and that guidance from the universe that I constantly talk about. You hear me always bragging about it. But that's what it is. So that we feel connected, then you feel amazing. So part of the sixth chakra and the pituitary gland is humbleness, humility. That's why often we put the head down, and that's how we stimulate the pituitary gland. When you feel humble, when you have humility, when you service the humanity. And how do we start? We start by serving our children. So that's why the whole chapter in my book on the sixth chakra is about children. And pituitary gland governs all this action and stimulation of, the menopause is connected with pituitary gland, the PMS, becoming pregnant, everything is coming from the pituitary gland. So when we say between 20s and 30s, female especially, we have the biological clock ticking, bang, 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 nature is calling you to make children. And procreate. So we have that urge that something needs to happen. The pituitary gland is really stimulating and pumping. So this is why I'm going to read you a little bit about our sacrifice and our dedication that and humility, humbleness to serving our children. And then it goes into bigger, not just the children, but it goes further. But let me read you something from Winston Churchill. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Very good, isn't it? At the heart of Yogi Bhajan's teachings is the importance of giving back to our fellow humans. This can begin at home with our children. They don't care as much about fancy toys as they do about having our time and attention. We get so caught up in our busyness of life that sometimes we forget to set time aside for them. Reading together is a classic way of bonding, but so is telling them about your day, finding out about theirs, driving to and from soccer practice and giving up every Saturday morning to watch the game. We all done it. It's the opportunities for self-sacrifice with our children are endless. This opportunity with self-sacrifice, it's really endless, and it doesn't stop. You think it's going to be, they're little and it stops there. No, they grow up and you still worry. And you still just give. It's endless. It's beautiful. If we don't have children of our own, there are plenty of underprivileged kids who can benefit from a little of our time. After-school programs are often in great need of adults to help children with that homework. I have a friend who shares her love of art by donating her time to teach a weekly art classes at a school whose budget cannot afford such a luxury. She says she gets as much pleasure from it as the kids do. Or we can adopt or sponsor a child through a charity like Save the Children. The ways to give back to the world are varied and numerous. Volunteer programs are available almost everywhere. We all know it's right to give back if we can, but what isn't so widely talked about is how good it feels. It really feels good to donate. Donate time or money to a charity, not because you feel you ought to or because it makes you look good, but because you truly want to, and you really begin to see the abundance around you, to see that you can afford to fund a teacher in the developing world or to help give a village clean water. I mean, all of this, that can have beautiful helping time to others. As we express mercy and compassion, so we'll receive it. That's what it is. You receive what you give. There is perfect balance in the law of karma, and sometimes all it takes is to share a smile and an acknowledgement. So what I'd like you today to remember this, just give what you can. Share with your community, with your family, with a stranger you see on a walk or on a hike. Smile. Share whatever you can. I think this is such a beautiful, show that humility, compassion, humbleness. Let's do this exercise. So today our assignment is smile. Smile to everybody. Be nice. Okay, so we breathe long and deep. Close your eyes just a little bit open. Close your eyes 9/10 or 1/10 open. So just a little bit, and you look at the tip of the nose. So it's like crossing eyes, really. And keep long and deep breathing. You might find a little bit heavy around the eyes because it's creating that optical nerve stimulation, and all the upper glands, pituitary, pineal, hypothalamus, they're all working. Stimulation, it's happening, creating the hormones that we need, like serotonin, endorphin. So keep looking. If it gets too heavy and too uncomfortable, then close your eyes a little bit. Rest for a second, then open a little bit again and keep crossing them eyes and look at the tip of the nose. It's an antidepressive position and breath, just normal breathing. It's just the eyes that are doing all the work. The quickest way to stimulate the pituitary gland is through the eyes, and also the head bowing down to the floor, connecting to the floor. And close your eyes. Gently open your eyes. Whew, it's like you see differently afterwards. Well, practice that anytime you feel down and you feel you're less motivation, or just open the eyes a little bit, cross, look at the tip of the nose, and that's it. Okay, easy peasy. Satnam.